images that we are picking up on your screens right now. And in fact, differences over the unified mass at the famed St. Mary's, where this incident in fact snowballed into violence last month, has cast its shadow on the Christmas celebrations, with police being deployed to prevent the situation from deteriorating any further. Now, following the violence, the district administration had decided to close down the church. An argument on whether the priest should be facing the churchgoers or the altar during the Holy Mass had assumed the form of violence between the two factions as well. In fact, my colleague Ashwin is also joining us right now on the broadcast. Ashwin, tell us more about the kind of clashes that had erupted there, and speak to us about the latest updates as far as the authorities are concerned and whether or not they have taken cognizance of it.
Well, Priyanka, this issue has been snowballing for some time. In fact, last month also the same issue had caused much uproar in the church after it was decided to change the entire worship system into a unified format. As you rightly pointed out, the argument was between whether the mass should be held facing the churchgoers or should be held facing the altar. Now, one of the Vatican-appointed priest, Anthony Tarrant, was in fact appointed last month, but when he came to the Basilica for conducting this unified new form of ritual, he was completely stopped by the churchgoers from the local areas. And this had snowballed. There was a peace talk in between. But however, on the eve of Christmas, we can see violence has unfolded inside the very church premises, where the rebel group had took control of the church from inside, and the management of the church had taken control of the church from outside, and police had to finally get into it and lock the church. The district administration has ensured that no events will happen in this church. For the time being, the church has been locked. It is a vexed conflict that has happened because of a change in the rituals, in the way a mass is conducted in the church. And remember, there are very handful basilicas in the state of Kerala, and St. Mary's Basilica is known to be one of them. And in that, this conflict has arisen, causing much embarrassment to the Catholic Church in Kerala.
All right, Ashwin there getting us all the updates as far as these clashes are concerned. And of course, Ashwin, we have seen how you also pointed out that in fact, the district administration had decided to close down the church as well. And of course, an argument on whether the priest should face the churchgoers or the altar during the Holy Mass had assumed the form of violence between these two factions as well. Speak to us about what's really happening right now on our screens. And also, we see that on today morning, in fact, we had seen that the issue had taken an ugly turn between the two warring factions, leading to unruly scenes inside the church, as the light equipment inside of the church had also been broken. Ashwin, speak to us a little bit about that.
Yes, from these photographs and these videos which have emerged, it clearly shows that the two factions of the priests, in fact, stood at either side of the altar, offering contrasting style of mass at the same time. Now, this is what has unraveled. Something unbelievable has happened. The priests themselves are divided over the issue. In fact, the members of the laity, which favors the congregation facing mass, and those opposed to it were engaged in a war of words. So even between the laity itself, there has been differences of opinion, and this has led to a mass defection between the community, which was supposed to hold the mass on the eve of
All
Christmas.
right, Ashwin there getting us the details, very important details, viewers, in fact, emerging out of Kerala, where we are seeing that the clashes, in fact, had taken place at the Kochi church, and of course on the eve of Christmas, things taking an ugly turn as well.